Coming up, the car part in high demand by thieves, how you can protect your vehicle.
Plus, hundreds more doses of COVID vaccine are expected in western KELOLAND this week. What it means for Monument Health and the community. Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day. Tuesday afternoon, a man wanted for murder in Sioux Falls was arrested outside of Memphis, Tennessee. 37-year-old Max Bolden is accused in the shooting death of Benjamin Donahue III in October of 2019. At the time, witnesses say Bolden shot Donahue in the head twice. Police say the two had had issues in the past with one another. Members of the U.S. Marshals Service Fugitive Task Force has spent the past year and a half following leads on Bolden's whereabouts. Bolden is currently in jail awaiting his initial court appearance and extradition proceedings to South Dakota. Krista Kruckenberg, who is wanted as an accessory to the crime, turned herself in a year ago. Sioux Falls police have seen 40 or 50 cases of catalytic converters being cut off of vehicles in the last few months. Chad Duback at Automotive Brake and Exhaust has been busy fixing some of those vehicles. He says the repair bill runs from $400 to well over $1,000, depending on how much damage is caused by the thieves.
If you see somebody under a car, I just, say something. And if you're afraid to, let them know that you see them, then maybe call it in.
Duback says if you hear the sound of a metal saw under a vehicle, odds are someone is stealing the catalytic converter. Thieves are taking them for the precious metals inside. Great Bear Ski Valley in Sioux Falls is preparing to end its season on Sunday. Each year, Great Bear says goodbye to winter with a festival called Snert Fest. The yearly event includes everything from snowball fights and sled races to costumes and a limbo contest. All proceeds from the Sunday event will benefit the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Sioux Empire. Over the summer, the red chairlift will be replaced. Scott, these warm temps just keep melting the snow.
Yeah, and that trend will continue probably straight through this coming weekend, just left with piles of snow, ice here and there, as temperatures will continue in the 50s and 60s and a chance that we may see 70-degree weather. So it looks like the warm air will continue straight through the weekend and into early next week. And then changes come around midweek. We'll have more details on your forecast with Brian Karstens coming up.
Thanks, Scott. We're hearing from former Attorney General Marty Jackley, who announced on Monday that he'll be running for his old job in 2022. His announcement comes as current South Dakota Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg faces scrutiny and even impeachment following his involvement in a deadly car crash.
Certainly, I've received hundreds of phone calls, emails, and text messages that have encouraged me. Frankly, they've humbled me and they've inspired me to run. Some of those phone calls certainly are because of the current circumstances. But, really, I've made this decision because I believe it's the right time for me to move forward.
Jackley served as Attorney General from 2009 to 19 before running for the Republican nomination for governor. He served as Jones County State's Attorney from August 2019 to this past January. Impeachment proceedings against South Dakota's Attorney General may be on hold. Tuesday, the Speaker of the House announced that state lawmakers should wait until charges against Jason Ravnsborg make their way through the court system. Ravnsborg faces 3 misdemeanor charges in connection with his driving prior to hitting and killing Joe Beaver with his car in September. Ravnsborg says he didn't realize he'd hit Beaver until discovering his body in the ditch the following day. Tuesday's proposal to delay the proceedings comes less than a week after a judge ruled the Department of Public Safety had to remove video evidence from its web page. Public safety officials said it was posted at the request of Governor Kristi Noem because of her commitment to be transparent in the case. Since it is unknown when the case will wrap up, lawmakers would need to have a special session. Staff at Monument Health in western KELOLAND are looking forward to the Johnson & Johnson vaccine's arrival this week. To start, the hospital will distribute the Johnson & Johnson shots in its Rapid City, Custer, and Spearfish locations. Using all 3 vaccines, health officials hope they'll be able to vaccinate the public even faster.
Vaccinations truly are the best tool that we have in our toolbox, and we have 3 great vaccines now that are available to us. And so we want to encourage everybody to get out there and get vaccinated so that you prevent severe disease for yourself and you're preventing that spread to other people.
If you'd like to schedule your COVID-19 vaccination, you can get on the hospital's wait list by checking out links we provided right here on KELOLAND.com.
And let's look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather today here. It looks like overall mainly sunny skies. Dry weather continues on this Wednesday, and also winds are actually fairly light. And I think we'll keep that story too going into tomorrow. Now, here's a look at the latest forecast. You'll see into Thursday there, we've got some cloud cover increasing a little bit. I do think by Friday we could knock these numbers down just slightly, not a tremendous amount, but enough to take note of that. And then into the weekend forecast, developing southerly winds, and yes, indeed, it will be a warmer forecast. 60-degree weather will be very common. Above normal, obviously, that story is fully engaged, and we'll keep that trend at least through Tuesday of next week. At that point, we then see the next pivot in the weather, and that's probably when we're going to be dealing with some precipitation. Hopefully we get some moisture values to go up because we need it as we're entering a dry cycle into the spring, and obviously here continuing drought. So that's something to watch in later forecasts. Highs today 61 degrees in Huron, 60 in Chamberlain, 62 Rapid City. Forecast lows tonight 31 Mitchell, 29 Brookings. Could see a little fog in the far northeast. Tomorrow, temps up in Ortonville, Sisseton area, probably upper 40s, but we're still in the 60s here west of Sioux Falls. And the 7-day forecast keeps the general trend line going here. Low 60s for the weekend. Obviously, some wind around, too. That's probably going to push that fire danger, prairie fire index, a little higher. I do think that that would be true for Aberdeen, connecting the dots out toward Pierre in the Missouri River Valley. We've had some occasions this winter where that's occurred, and certainly with a 70-degree high, that's really going to be warming things up there in Pierre on Saturday. Expect a chance of rain, though, by Tuesday. That's also in the Rapid City forecast, and there could be more significant changes after Day 7. Check out those details with our complete forecast online at KELOLAND.com.